John McCain, also known as John Sidney McCain III, was an American politician and military officer. He was born on August 29, 1936, and passed away on August 25, 2018. John McCain served as a United States Senator from Arizona from 1987 until his death. Apart from his political career, McCain had a notable military background. He served in the United States Navy as a naval aviator, and he was a prisoner of war in the Vietnam War for over 5 years. He received various accolades for his service, including the Silver Star, Bronze Star, Legion of Merit, and Purple Heart. In the political sphere, McCain was known for his independent-minded approach and often crossed party lines. John McCain was always ready to serve his country at all times and not a slacker. He ran as the Republican nominee in the 2008 presidential election but lost to Barack Obama. Despite political differences, McCain was respected across party lines for his commitment to public service and his military service. John McCain grew up primarily in the state of Arizona, United States. He was born on August 29, 1936, in Coco Solo Naval Air Station in the Panama Canal Zone, where his father was stationed in the military. After that, he spent most of his childhood in Arizona, particularly in towns like New London, Connecticut, and Colchester, Vermont, due to his father's military assignments. However, he considered Arizona his home state and eventually settled there as an adult. John McCain attended various educational institutions throughout his life. After completing high school at Episcopal High School in Alexandria, Virginia, he enrolled in the United States Naval Academy in 1954. He graduated from the academy in 1958, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in Naval Science and Engineering. McCain continued his education by completing flight training and becoming a naval aviator. He later attended the National War College in Fort Leslie J. McNair, Washington, D.C., where he studied national security strategy and earned a Master of Arts degree in 1973. Throughout his military career, McCain actively pursued continuing education and professional development, attending various military courses and programs, including the U.S. Navy School of Tropical Medicine and the U.S. Army War College. It's important to note that while McCain had an extensive military education, he did not pursue a traditional civilian formal education beyond his studies at the United States Naval Academy. John McCain served in the United States military for over 2 decades. He retired from the military in 1981 after reaching the rank of captain in the United States Navy. McCain's retirement followed his release as a prisoner of war in Vietnam in 1973, where he had been held captive for over 5 years. After leaving the military, McCain pursued a career in politics and eventually became a prominent figure in American politics, serving as a U.S. Senator for Arizona from 1987 until his death in 2018. John McCain's experience as a prisoner of war, POW, in Vietnam is widely known and played a significant role in shaping his life and political career. On October 26, 1967, during the Vietnam War, McCain's aircraft was shot down over Hanoi, North Vietnam. He ejected from the plane and parachuted into a lake, where he was captured by North Vietnamese soldiers. McCain endured severe injuries from the crash, including broken bones, and was subjected to brutal physical and psychological torture during his captivity. McCain spent a total of 5.5 years as a POW, during which he was held in various prisons including the infamous Hanoi Hilton. Despite enduring harsh conditions and being subjected to repeated rounds of interrogations and torture, McCain demonstrated remarkable resilience and resistance. His refusal to accept early release, considering it a violation of the military code of conduct, because he was not released in order of capture, earned him great respect among fellow POWs and brought significant attention to his story. McCain was finally released on March 14, 1973, after the signing of the Paris Peace Accords. John McCain's experience as a POW greatly influenced his outlook on life. His dedication to public service, and his advocacy for veterans' rights. He often spoke about the importance of honor, duty, and country. And his time in captivity informed his positions on issues related to national security and foreign policy throughout his political career. John McCain began his political career in the early 1980s. After retiring from the military in 1981, McCain moved to Arizona and soon became involved in local politics. In 1982, he ran for and won a seat in the United States House of Representatives, representing Arizona's 1st Congressional District. McCain served in the House from 1983 to 1987. In 1986, McCain decided to run for the United States Senate. He won the election and assumed office in January 1987, beginning his long tenure in the Senate. McCain served as a senator representing Arizona for 6 terms, from 1987 until his death in 2018. During this time, he became known as a respected and influential figure in American politics, particularly on matters related to foreign policy, veterans affairs, and campaign finance reform. McCain also ran for the presidency twice. In 2000, he sought the Republican Party's nomination but ultimately lost to George W. Bush. He ran again in 2008 as the Republican Party's nominee for President of the United States, but was unsuccessful in his bid for the presidency, losing to Barack Obama. John McCain received several awards and recognitions throughout his life, primarily for his military service and political career. Some of the notable awards and honors he received include Silver Star Medal. McCain was awarded the Silver Star for his extraordinary bravery and courage while serving as a naval aviator during the Vietnam War. This was one of the highest military decorations for valor in combat. Bronze Star Medal. McCain received the Bronze Star for his heroic efforts and meritorious service in captivity as a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. Legion of Merit. The Legion of Merit is a prestigious military award given for exceptional performance and significant service. McCain was awarded this honor for his exceptional service during his naval career. Distinguished Flying Cross. McCain was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross multiple times for his extraordinary achievements and heroism as a naval aviator. Navy Commendation Medal. McCain received the Navy Commendation Medal for his outstanding performance and service as a naval officer. In addition to these military honors, McCain was also recognized for his political career and contributions to public service. He received numerous awards, including the Profile and Courage Award from the John F. Kennedy Library Foundation and the National Constitution Center's Liberty Medal. These awards highlighted his dedication to bipartisanship, willingness to make tough decisions, and commitment to upholding American values. John McCain's achievements spanned his military service, political career, and advocacy work. Some of his notable achievements include advocacy for Vietnam War POW MIA issues. Having experienced captivity himself, McCain became a prominent advocate for addressing the POW MIA issue and improving relations between the United States and Vietnam. He played a vital role in normalizing diplomatic relations with Vietnam and bringing closure to families of missing service members. Bipartisanship and compromise. McCain was known for his commitment to bipartisanship and willingness to work across the aisle. He collaborated with lawmakers from both sides of the political spectrum to pass significant legislation, including the McCain-Feingold Act, which aimed to reform campaign finance regulations. Honors and recognition. McCain received numerous awards and honors, including the Profile and Courage Award, the National Constitution Center's Liberty Medal, and the H. John Heinz III Award for Public Policy. These accolades recognized his leadership, courage, and dedication to public service. John McCain's achievements and lasting impact extend beyond these examples, but they reflect his unwavering commitment to serving his country and attempting to bridge political divides for the greater good. John McCain had a family consisting of his wife and children. Here are the key members of his immediate family. Wife, Cindy McCain. McCain was married to Cindy Hensley McCain, an American businesswoman and philanthropist. They got married in 1980 and remained together until his death in 2018. Cindy McCain is known for her involvement in various charitable activities and advocacy work. Children: Meghan McCain. Meghan McCain, born in 1984, is John and Cindy McCain's eldest daughter. She is known as a political commentator and television personality, having worked as a co-host on the talk show The View. Jack McCain. Jack McCain, born in 1986, is the oldest of John and Cindy McCain's sons. He served as a naval aviator, like his father, and later worked as a helicopter pilot for the Marine Corps. Jimmy McCain. James Jimmy McCain, born in 1988, is John and Cindy McCain's second son. He has a private life, away from the public spotlight. John McCain's family was an important support system throughout his career, and they continue to carry on his legacy in various ways. John McCain made numerous contributions to society throughout his life, both through his military service and his political career. Here are some of his notable contributions. Military service. McCain's military career and his bravery as a prisoner of war in Vietnam inspired many and demonstrated the utmost dedication to serving his country. His resilience and valor in the face of extreme hardship garnered respect and admiration from people around the world. Bipartisanship and collaboration. McCain was known for his willingness to work with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. He championed bipartisan efforts and sought to find common ground on issues like campaign finance reform, immigration, and veterans affairs. His ability to collaborate with colleagues across party lines was instrumental in passing important legislation. Campaign finance reform. McCain played a prominent role in co-sponsoring the McCain-Feingold Act, or the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act of 2002. This legislation aimed to introduce regulations on campaign financing, restrict soft money contributions, and increase transparency. The law aimed to reduce the influence of special interest money in politics. Advocacy for veterans' rights. McCain was a strong advocate for veterans, working to improve health care and increased funding for VA hospitals and address issues related to mental health for veterans. He co-authored the Post-9/11 GI Bill, which expanded educational benefits for veterans. Humanitarian work and global leadership. McCain was active in global affairs and championed human rights. He advocated for intervention to stop human rights abuses, such as in Bosnia and Kosovo. He also supported international development and relief efforts, including in Africa, to combat poverty, hunger, and disease. Collaboration and diplomacy. McCain used his influence and experience to promote diplomatic relations with countries like Saudi Arabia and Vietnam, where he worked towards reconciling differences between the United States and the Vietnamese government after the Vietnam War. These contributions and many others reflect McCain's commitment to public service, his desire for a better society, and his efforts to bridge political divides for the greater good. John McCain was often perceived as different from some Republicans today due to his willingness to work across party lines, commitment to bipartisanship, and his dedication to principles that sometimes diverged from the party's prevailing positions. Here are a few key ways in which McCain differed from some Republicans today. Bipartisanship. McCain was known for his willingness to reach across the aisle and work with Democrats on various issues. He believed in finding common ground through compromise and collaboration. In contrast, some Republicans today, particularly those on the more extreme ends of the political spectrum, may prioritize strict adherence to party ideology over bipartisan cooperation. Independent thinking. McCain was known for his independent-mindedness and willingness to challenge his own party when he believed it was necessary. He stood up against certain elements of the Republican Party, particularly on issues related to campaign finance reform, immigration reform, and torture policy. Some Republicans today may be more aligned with a stricter party line and less likely to challenge or criticize their own party when they have disagreements. Principles and integrity. McCain was seen as a principled leader who stood by his convictions, even when they were unpopular within his party. He took principled positions on issues like torture, climate change, and campaign finance reform, often taking stances that were not always in line with current Republican orthodoxy. Some criticize that certain Republicans today prioritize party loyalty over personal principles or compromising core values. It is important to note that the Republican Party is diverse and its members hold a range of views. While John McCain represented a different style of Republican politics, it is not accurate to suggest that all Republicans today share the same characteristics. John McCain was regarded as a special figure for various reasons, and many people believe that gratitude is owed to him for his contributions to the country. Here are some aspects that made him special: military service and sacrifice. McCain's distinguished military service and his remarkable resilience as a prisoner of war in Vietnam made him a symbol of bravery and sacrifice. He endured years of torture and hardship, yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to duty, inspiring people around the world. Bipartisanship and statesmanship. McCain was known for his willingness to work across party lines and his commitment to bipartisanship. He sought common ground and was willing to break with his own party when he believed it was necessary. His ability to reach across the aisle and forge alliances contributed to legislative achievements and demonstrated the importance of dialogue and compromise in politics. Integrity and principles. McCain was widely admired for his integrity and adherence to his principles, even when they were not popular with his own party. He stood for what he believed was right, even if it meant facing criticism and opposition. His willingness to put country before party and take principled positions earned respect from people across the political spectrum. Advocacy for veterans and human rights. McCain was a strong advocate for veterans and fought for better health care, support, and benefits for those who served in the military. Additionally, he was a vocal advocate for human rights both at home and abroad, raising awareness and pushing for action on issues such as torture and human rights abuses. The impact of John McCain's contributions to American society is widely recognized, and many people feel gratitude towards him for his service and dedication to the country. While not everyone may share the same views or agree with all of his positions, his legacy as a principled, dedicated public servant and advocate for democracy and bipartisanship makes him someone whom many believe deserves thanks and appreciation. John McCain, the late American senator, was involved in various philanthropic endeavors throughout his life. Here are a few notable examples. McCain Institute. In 2012, McCain established the McCain Institute for International Leadership at Arizona State University, which focuses on promoting character-driven leadership, national security, economic opportunity, and human rights globally. Humanitarian work. McCain actively supported humanitarian causes worldwide. He traveled to conflict zones and visited refugee camps to raise awareness and advocate for those affected by war and oppression. McCain Foundation. John McCain and his wife, Cindy McCain, founded the McCain Foundation, which supports numerous charitable organizations and initiatives. The foundation prioritizes issues such as military families, national security, natural disaster relief, and medical research. Education. McCain strongly supported education initiatives, particularly in his home state of Arizona. He believed in the importance of providing quality education for children, supporting programs that focused on improving educational opportunities and resources. Veterans causes. As a war veteran himself, McCain was dedicated to improving the lives of servicemen and women. He advocated for better health care, support STEMSA, and job opportunities for veterans, often working across party lines to achieve these goals. It's worth noting that this is just a glimpse of John McCain's philanthropic work, as he was involved in numerous other causes throughout his lifetime.